Hey everyone, today I'm going to go over some new and exciting Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak news that we have for the Nintendo Switch and on PC via Steam. And I'd like to take a second to remind you guys that PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows versions of the game will be dropping on April 28th. Certainly, I know a lot of people are very excited for that to happen relatively soon. And today we're going to be checking out is some brand new developer campaign details. This is essentially when the developers of Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak take to social media and not only give us a little bit of a background details for maybe a area that they decided to develop a little bit different, something that they wanted players to kind of pay attention to, maybe some issues that they had rendering something properly or whatever the case may be. This is a series that they have been doing pretty much since the launch of base Monster Hunter Rise, and they have continued it throughout Sunbreak, where essentially they were giving us details specifically for the maps and some anecdotes that they want players to be able to pay attention to. Today we have two brand new examples that they decided to post. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description below for you guys to check them out if you so desire. They are in Japanese, so I'm going to be doing some basic translating. So essentially in the first post they simply mentioned that this is a sub camp in the jungle at night with a secretive hideaway mood. Hunters should want to prepare some insect repellent spray to stay overnight. And they, of course, they attach an image alongside that, and they give us access to the only hidden away camp, the sub camp that you have available in the jungle. Now, I remember specifically when Sunbreak launched and I was getting early access to the game, just making sure that I looked for the sub camps pretty much first and foremost, since you want a quick travel from one to the other. But when it comes to this specific map, since it's kind of small in general relative to all the other maps, it doesn't really make all that much sense to be moving from one camp to the other. You can get across, actually pick up a couple of spur birds on the way and be good to go nonetheless. But still, finding access to this camp was something that I knew was pretty much available right away. But I remember specifically when I put a video together trying to find all the sub camps for the channel, I didn't quite know where the entrance for this specific sub camp was. I could see from the top down through the trees, but I didn't necessarily know where the entrance was. So that took me a little bit of figuring out. Actually, those yellow bugs that shine actually gave it away at the end of the day, and I was able to find that if you climb through the wall, you can actually get to the sub camp location. Eventually, of course, once you're in there, you realize that there's another entrance through the side if you crawl through it, but usually, that wasn't available on the first exploration. You had to dig for that to be able to get full access to it. In the next post, we have a different developer update where they mentioned that this is a full example of the ruins that were also next to the dense forest and past entries. There are various things here, but I wanted to follow the past game's work without any sort of issues. If there were ruins, you certainly want to go there, and that's what we did. And they, of course, they attach an image here of the beach side end of the jungle where you can actually have full access to those ruins. Remember, this was a separate island back in like when the map was available of the jungle. I believe it was like 4U or whatever. And it was just separate, it's a separate own island. You didn't really have access to, the inside part of it. It was just kind of like you would be able to fight monsters in the outer area where you see the hunter kind of running about, but you didn't actually get a chance to go in. Only the monsters will be kind of walking around. There's a couple of laggy videos that I remember checking out. Maybe I shared one of them a while back for another video where we got to see it just kind of fighting outside the jungle area, but it never went inside because it just simply wasn't accessible. Now we have that, so it's certainly good to see just some of the changes that they did to this map. And specifically when they mentioned that they kept it, in the same vein as the original map, that is one of the things that is very true to the nature of the jungle. Sure, there's a lot more verticality this time around. It used to be flat pretty much throughout. There's plenty of verticality now, but it's one of those maps that this rework did a lot of good when it came to that. But that's about all the information I have for you guys today. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description for both of these developer updates. I always love to cover them because they give us a little bit of inside details as to what the developers are really thinking when they're working on this game that we all certainly know and love. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.